In today's video, I am going to give you a brief introduction to Telerik's latest open source project, the Telerik CAB Enabling Kit. First of all, what does CAB stand for? CAB stands for Composite Application Block. It was created by the Patterns and Practices team at Microsoft. It provides a proven architecture and implementation that you can use in developing line-of-business applications. On top of CAB, you can use the Smart Client Software Factory. The SCSF is an add-in for Visual Studio 2005 and 2008 that you can use to generate your own CAB-based Smart Client applications. There are two types of common user interface components used in CAB applications. These include workspaces and UI extension sites. Workspaces are placeholders for smart parts and views. Examples of this include components such as the tab control, rad dock, and rad tab strip. UI extension sites are UI components that issue commands to smart parts and views. Examples of this include components such as the menu strip, tool strip, and rad tree view. This is where the Telerik CAB Enabling Kit comes in. The TCEK is an open source CAB integration library that you can use to integrate the RadControls with your CAB applications. The TCEK extends CAB to provide support for a few common RadControl-based workspaces and UI extension sites. These include the docking manager, the rad tab strip, rad menu, rad tool strip, rad panel bar, and rad tree view. And if you don't see the components that you would like to use listed here, it's good to note that the TCEK can be extended to provide support for other RadControls. And since the TCEK is open source, you can actually submit any extensions that you create to the CodePlex website for possible inclusion in future releases. The TCEK is available on CodePlex at telericcab.codeplex.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at that website now. As you can see, it contains a bit of basic information on the project. If you want to download it, you can go ahead and click on the Downloads tab, and it's right there. But more importantly, what I want to show you is down here on the bottom. As you can see, we've provided a few external links. If you're new to CAB or SCSF, a good starting point would be to look at Rich Newman's Introduction to CAB and SCSF. Once you've done that, we've gone ahead and created a few tutorials about the TCEK that you can also take a look at. These tutorials include creating the initial project, UI extension sites, the rad tab workspace, and the rad dockable workspace. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the TCEK once you've downloaded it. As you can see here, I've gone ahead and downloaded the TCEK to my desktop and extracted it into a folder. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside of that folder. Here you'll see that it comes with a finance application demo. It's got a help folder, a samples folder, comes with a source code to the TCEK, and it also comes with the documentation CHM. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the finance application. Here in the finance application, you'll notice that we're using the rad dockable workspace as the main workspace. To the left, we're using a rad panel bar as a UI extension site, and at the top, we're also using a rad menu as a UI extension site. As I click Options in the rad panel bar, you'll notice that it's invoking commands on the four views to the right of it to update their data. If I go up to the menu and select Tree View, you'll see that it actually invokes a command that swaps out the rad panel bar and replaces it with a rad tree view. This rad tree view is also a UI extension site, and it's also invoking the same exact commands on the four views to the right that the rad panel bar was. That's pretty much it for the example application. If you're in need of a reference on how you might want to get started in creating a CAB application that uses the TCEK, this is a pretty good place to start. That's it for this video. Again, if you're new to CAB or are in need of a good starting point, I suggest taking a look at the external links we've provided on the CodePlex website. The address for the TCEK is again telericcab.codeplex.com.